Okay, so borrowing carpet today. Thought we'd have another wee look at this. I've forgotten everything I was going to tell you. It's not under guarantee, like I said in the video. The DC50, the cylinder Dyson with the red top, is under guarantee, but data protection, blah blah blah, means I can't cash in the guarantee because I'm not the named owner. But I thought I'd give you another look at this. I've not got new parts yet, we have them on the way. The Hoover Guy 101, thank you, he got one of these out of the dump, lucky him, but it doesn't work. So, he's sending us the red clips, a brush roll, which is decent, and also a bin handle, because I didn't do anything to the bin handle, but about 5 pieces of plastic have flown out of it, unless they've come out of there maybe. So what have I done? I've washed the filters, just by hand, so you know, that's fine. There's a bit of a hole in this one. All these sort of sock upright Dyson filters seem to have a hole there. That's quite odd. Now, what else I did was, I stripped the cyclone. I don't know if I've used it since then. Oh, in the bin flap. Hoover Guy saying that's the bin flap. No, I haven't used it since then. And I thought, right, so, the machine was making like a whine. The motor was running so whiny. And my pre-EU DC50 I had a long time ago wasn't as whiny as that. So I thought, right, maybe the cyclones are caked in dust, which they were. It's a Dyson. So what I did was, alright, I'll just whip this apart and give it a hose out. It was one of those really hot days. It'll dry in 15 minutes and I can try it out. Well, I don't have a screwdriver thin enough to reach the screws, so they were forced out and everything. And by the time I put it back together, I realised I'm never taking one of these apart again. Not until I get better screwdrivers. So, it's not coming apart again. This is as clean as it'll ever be. And if I'm ever going to sell it, I'll just wipe it out. Essentially. So, we have cleaned out the cyclone so it's not clogged. It's not clean, but it's not clogged or anything. I've washed that filter too. I also washed the hose. Because even if I use it a bit before selling it, I'm not going to be using the hose much, it's tiny. And the hose actually came up quite clean. It's still a wee bit damp, but I've put it on for the video. Certainly come up much cleaner than it was. The wand I haven't really done anything to. It's not clicked in. There it is. It's still a wand. Of course the brush roll is going to be replaced. The one that Alexander has is remarkably better. I've cleaned all of this out so that the spring's all working. Yeah, not much else to say. Nothing in here is cleaned. I wasn't going to strip it down fully. Who would put themselves through that? However, if I come and plug it in now, you'll hear that it's still really quite noisy. It's got that whine to it. Also, I think the piece of plastic that I found might be something to do with the switch mechanism, because it's not putting the brush on. When you push this down, when you go to put on, it should flick the brush in, and when you put off it flicks the brush out. So I wonder if that pieces of plastic have come out of here, or if they've come off here, which has something to do with that. Because it certainly is a bit odd. Also, I've not cleaned the dust off that. Hoover must have been shoddy again. Anyway, let's give it a go on the carpet. It still flexes, by the way, and moves about like a carpet sweeper. Oh, there we are, I've done it that time. Oh, wow. Not going as far as saying it's good, but it's certainly got suction now. It seems to suck onto the carpet. What's it like that? Putting it on max just releases a gimmicky rubber blade at the front, in case you were wondering. That just makes it harder to push. It's probably more psychological than everything is, oh, it's making it over work better. But yeah, that's not bad. It's just so noisy. It's not necessarily loud, but the whine it is just whining. It's like my one, which I don't know if it was much higher wattage. What is this one? This one is 850 watts, and it's an ERP. I swear my DC50 was something like 700. It wasn't an ERP one. It didn't have this. It wasn't necessarily quieter, but it was lower pitched. This sounds like a Belgian Hoover squealing at you, but it is compact, which is nice. So whatever I'm going to do with it, I don't quite know. It is small enough, as I said, to be packaged up and put on eBay. And that means you get £100 more for anything on eBay than you do on Gumtree. So maybe it'll go on eBay one day. But yeah, it certainly works, even with a curry brush roll in it. So I might finish this room and see what it picks up. I thought, yeah, I don't know why I was going to pause there, I can take you with us. I hoovered this morning for the first time in 11 days with Amila, so I'm not expecting it to pick much up. This carpet needs shampooed actually. That could make a fun video. It's quieter next to the bed because the bed absorbs the sound. What has it picked up? Actually quite a bit, considering I hoovered this morning with Amila. But it's nothing, probably more grit than anything. You can actually, if you want to get really geeky on this carpet, you can actually split it apart and look and see if it's cleaned grit up. So for example, if we look here, yeah, there's no grit in there. Sometimes if you haven't hoovered it, you can come along and do this and actually see bits of grit like the Hoover advert says, down there damaging your carpets. Yeah, I'm breathless now, I did that far too quickly. Not a bad hoover, is it? I would pay £50–60 for it, I would not pay whatever Dyson charge for it. The thing is, they don't actually, they've kind of got a gap in their market now because they don't offer anything that collapses down like this now. It was DC54, was it the first to do this? I think it was. DC54 was the first to have the wee up and down handle. Then they brought out the DC50, and then we got the small ball, which was the 24 and the 50 put together. It was a 24 wand on a 50 body, I think. And then of course we got all the ERP stuff. And now all you get is the light ball, or they call it the small ball allergy as well. But the light ball's quite heavy, and it doesn't collapse down. So if you're tight for space, or you don't want a heavy Dyson, you know, there's nothing there unless you go cordless, which, you know, the pensioners of today, some of them aren't ready to do that. So for something for pensioners, this is ideal. And plus they can turn their hearing aids off and then the squeal won't bother them. You know, so, you know, I think Dyson have got a gap in the market. But James is trying to cut off cord machines, isn't he? He's trying to go to cordless, so there you go, eh? His choice, no mine. Anyway, thank you for watching. Let's just quickly check the filter's not grubby, which it's not now, so I've obviously done something right. Yeah, thank you for watching this rather pointless video.